I got to thinking about how we might establish a community orchard in Stoke Golding. It seemed to me that because the community land is probably going to be available near the school, it would be really good to get the school involved because educational point of view, young people learning about how we produce our fruit, the environment, and so I approached the school, and that's how the project started. The first idea was to survey the village, find out which varieties of fruit, apple tree, were growing successfully, and then try and reproduce these trees.
David came over with the students to our nursery, looked at the fruit trees on our methods of propagation a couple of years ago, and with the preempt to actually start their own nursery.
In this country, we could have 2,500 apples, varieties of apples growing, and in the supermarkets you see a tiny fraction of those. On one of the day's activities we ran, the expert who came showed them how to identify apples by looking at the colour, looking at the taste, looking at what they're like inside, the shape. So I think they probably learned to observe apples and apple trees and think a bit more about them.
Basically, we started by grafting the trees, and then yesterday, me, Harry and Niall over there, we started to plant the trees, and we stayed out until the end, like planting them. I dug up the soil to make it better. Harry planned where they were going to go, and Niall made the fertiliser.
Well, I helped to graft some trees. I planned where the trees are and helped other people plant their trees.
My main job was to secure and give the soil to all the people to plant the trees for the nursery.
This is about creating sustainability. It's also about creating a legacy for the young people who we hope to reside in the village for the rest of their lives.
Well, we actually supplied the fruit stocks for them, and David came over and collected some graftwood and budwood and propagated, material using some of our wood as well as the wood is collected around this local area, and we see the results in the planting of the new nursery, and it's fantastic to see it.
I do value the St Martin's input, and they are so keen to be although they're on the edge of the community, they are so keen to be a part of it, and I do feel that both the schools contribute enormously to the life of the village.
I think it's always nice to get children or anyone involved in growing, and I think this is really special because there are a lot of varieties that are quite rare and unique to this county, so it's nice to keep seeing them being propagated on.
I think it's got people talking and meeting one another. Members of the community and the students have met, and that can only be good.
I think it's been a worthwhile project. I have to say, this is the first time I've worked for community orchards and allotment, so it's all a steep learning curve for not only the young people but for myself as well.
Anything that teaches children and nature works has got to be a plus.
I would definitely enjoy to do it again.